need to talk about the Marvels. And we need to talk about where the box office was. Let's go weekend numbers first. Alan, give me the week.
I have it all here. So
okay, you have it all here. So let's look at the weekend box office. The reported budget for this film is $270 million.
So it needs to make a little over $500 million to break even.
Right. So, I mean, to break even, yeah. So it's got to make maybe close to 600 mil to break it. We're not including the marketing costs, which is usually about $100 million.
Yeah.
But where are we for the weekend? And then we'll go day to day. So weekend box office, which includes the Thursday 6.6 million that it made.
Okay. So yeah. So thanks everyone. It's the numbers. That's what everyone told me to go to.
Cool.
Thursday, the Marvels made 6.6 million, which was off from Captain Marvel. That Friday went up 21 million. It went up to 21 million, and then started going downhill from there. Saturday was down 30% at 15, then 40% at 10, and then Monday it was 2.3 million. So right now it stands at $48.4 million.
So the current
that's domestic.
Okay, that's domestic. Do you have global? Because global, I believe, is over 100, but they were expecting more. And it basically did not do as well in China, where the movie is under a different title. It's Captain Marvel 2, because I don't believe that Ms. Marvel or WandaVision actually went to China. So they just called it Captain Marvel 2. But global box office, let's go to that.
Again, China is racist. And so that's why they
What is racist?
China is racist. I hate to break it to you, but China is racist.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. So how do I? Because it's I don't know. See, I don't know how the numbers works here. They want to give me everything. They want to give me every movie. And then they're breaking it down here by country. So they're not even giving me a full number.
Look, let's just go to it's 111 million. I'm seeing at the top there. Worldwide box office.
60 million. There you go. So international did just what we're looking at, maybe 40% more, 40% better than 30% better than United States.
Right.
Or Canada.
Right.
So rounding 50 million to 60 million. So there you go.
Well, there you go. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So what can we even call it at this point? Really, I think the only thing is to just call it The Unremarkables.
Yeah.
From Muck Up Studios.
Well, what strikes me is apparently Gary Buechler has the power over women to prevent them from going to see a movie.
Well, the thing is this, when it was another statistic that was reported that people have thrown around is that the majority of the audience for this movie that went to see the film were men. 61% of the people who attended the Marvels are men. Mm-hmm. They went to see the movie, which is really surprising. I think that it just tells you that the majority of the Marvel's audience, look, Marvel has a lot of female fans. That cannot be denied. A significant number of female fans, but the main supporters of Marvel are men and boys. It is a boy brand.
Well, I mean, that begs the question. What was it about the Marvels that didn't appeal to women that Barbie did, or that Barbie was successful? Why did the audience for Barbie not come out to see the Marvels?
Not sure, but I'll just say this. If, let's say, this was what the movie was, if you basically did the Marvels and kind of from a storytelling standpoint, just kind of did Charlie's Angels with superpowers in outer space. Very simple. That's a movie I would have wanted to see. You have women in peril, but they can kick ass. That could have been so fun. It could have been fun. When you think of like what Charlie's Angels was when it was good, and I'll tell you when it was good. Charlie's Angels was great when Cameron Diaz was dancing in her Spider-Man underoos. And if they had taken that kind of energy and made the Marvels around that and actually allowed the women to be sexy. Look, I don't think anybody can doubt. I think it was actually Anna, that Star Wars girl, who tweeted out like a picture of Iman Vellani, like in her Ms. Marvel costume, and then what she looks like in real life. She is stunningly gorgeous. Two ample Marvels right on her there.
Mhm.
I'm just saying, I'm just stating a fact as I see it.
That making women attractive might actually help things.
Making women attractive. I will say this though. Brie Larson's costume in this movie in the Marvels is much better than what it was in Captain Marvel, where it's like this leather thing that's kind of ill-fitting. It doesn't fit as well. She got a much better outfit that actually is like form-fitting. It's compare the two costumes. But if you had made something that had the same energy as a Charlie's Angels in Space, I think it's a movie that both men and women would have liked to have seen. But as it is, you know, I'm going to quote Alan Ng's daughter. Alan Ng's daughter and her friends, which are the target demographic.
Hi, Dad, I miss you.
So I'm just going to quote what you said that they told you.
Yeah.
They said this movie looks lame.
No, they said the trailer looks lame.
The trailer looks lame. Well, I mean, do you want to talk? I mean, like, look,
yeah,
maybe we're not the target demo for this thing, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's funny because the thing that got me into trouble this weekend was saying that this movie was made for teen girls and not for comic book fans, which there are two things there. One is teen girls didn't show up to see the Marvels. And so I will only amend that statement by saying the movie was made for teen girls, but did a bad job at it. Yeah,
that's
I mean,
fair.
Look, again, the opening sequence of the Marvels was Ms. Marvel in her bedroom fangirling out over Captain Marvel and drawing cartoons of her. Tell me what is the audience for that? This is the opening sequence of the film, the sequence that sets the tone of the entire film. And again, I ask you, who is that made for? Who is that entire sequence made for?
Well, it's look, I mean, here's Brie Larson right here.
Sexy.
It's a like very attractive woman to me. I don't know why anyone would. I don't know why anyone.
Yeah, I think the more mature Brie Larson looks much better than.
You don't think that Brie Larson looks good in this?
I'm saying they made her look a little bit more mature than usual in this one. And
well, there you go. There you go. Well, look, let's go to your chat comments and questions.
By the way, if you missed the nooner, there you go. There's your photo for the
what you would have seen on the nooner. But ultimately, look, this was predicted to fail. It did fail. And so here we are. How you perceive that data is up to you. It is an indisputable fact that this movie failed. Now it's time to look at the reasons it failed. But I don't think that a lot of those reasons hold up. If women really wanted to see this movie, it would have been packed theaters for weeks like it was for Barbie. That is not the case here. And so you have to look at like, who was this movie for? What decisions were made at an executive level? You can't blame the actors. You really can't. And in particular, it's been pointed out, even in every negative review that I've seen, every single person points out Iman Vellani is very likable as the character of Ms. Marvel. She just is. Her sort of spunky, cute. I'm kind of outside the universe. I'm a part of it. And she's like a fangirl. But the thing that I think is sort of unbelievable as we look at this is that she's such a super fan of Captain Marvel. Seems a little weird because we, the audience, would also have to be fans. Final thoughts on this before we move to our chat comments and questions.
What about the
on the fact that the Marvel's a box office bomb? Then we're gonna get to our Twitter controversy.
Yeah. Okay. It's Look, we were not very kind to Barbie, and yet women went to see it anyways, which is fine. Nothing against that. Good for them. It just shows that we don't have that kind of influence over the box office. The second thing is everything we've been saying about the Marvels is just based on what they were giving us. And we've been watching movies for a very long time. We've been talking about why movies are good, why movies are bad. And all we did was basically say, this is why we think this movie is going to fail. And lo and behold, when we finally saw the movie, everything we said was right. It's like people want to see good movies. And, I think the quote, this was in response to one of Anna's tweets, but, why do men hate movies about women? The reality is men hate bad movies about women. And that's what we have here with the Marvels.
Right.